What if OpenClaw ran on cloud instead of your computer, saving you the privacy concerns as well as the computational power required? And instead of just chatting in the browser, what if your AI could actually do things on your machine like manage files, run codes, and automate tasks while you sleep? So, we are going to host it securely on Google Cloud VM and build a fully autonomous AI coworker by the end of this video. First off, you have to select your Google account and then you'll have to add in your address detail as well as payment option. You won't be charged, but you will have to add in a payment option as well. Once that's all set up, you can go ahead, use your Google Cloud, you land on this dashboard, click on this project picker and create a new project. Call this maybe OpenClaw, and then you can go ahead, select a billing account, and that's it. Create a project and wait for it to be created. Once that's done, simply click on the select project and it will be opened in here as well. So first, let's understand how it works. OpenClaw is not a chatbot. It's an agent runtime. We are putting it on Google Cloud VM, so it runs 24/7. And the stack we are about to use, the provider as well as the channel, is literally lightweight as well as cost effective, which means you get control of your VM from anywhere in the world using your phone or desktop. Now simply click on this create VM option and then enable API, search for virtual machine and create an instance. Like literally all you have to do is click on VM instances and then click on create instance, stick to the default. Here, stick to the default settings. If you want, you can go ahead, change your operating system by going to this tab right here and also change your size of the disk and storage. So if you want, you can do the customization and simply create this. Now, to actually access your virtual machine, you'll require a connection which is already defined over here, which is this SSH. Once your machine is in the running status, you can simply click on this button right here. Click this and it will open SSH in browser. This is essentially a connector that lets you control your virtual machine. While that's opening, go to OpenClaw.ai. In the quick start, you'll find all these different options. You can either choose the one-liner or you can use the hackable link because our virtual machine is in Linux. So I'm going to use this Mac OS or Linux one-liner. So this is my SSH in browser. I'm going to paste this over here. And just like that, the installer has started. Once the installation is done, the onboarding process will start directly on its own. You'll have to select the yes option and then I'm going to be using the quick start option, and let's not get into details of the onboarding because I suppose you know enough. First, you'll have to configure your model. I'm using Google Gemini API, and if you want to get your hands on your API key, you can simply use AI Studio. Here, click on Get API and simply copy your default API because you already have one. After entering that, you'll be asked to add in the model or choose one. I mean, you already have a default, which is Gemini 3 Pro, but if you want, you can choose another one because your models get rate limited real fast. So choose accordingly and also choose according to the use case which you are planning to use the bot for. So I'm going to stick with Google Gemini 2.5 Pro. And after that, you have the channel selection, which is basically how you are going to be interacting with your ClawdBot. In our case, I'm using Telegram, and for that, I have a bot made. It is simple. All you have to do is search for a bot called Bot Father. Then you can simply open this, and in here, you have to create a new bot, give a name for it, then a username which maybe talks about the functionality of the bot or whatever, but it should always end with the word bot. See, so it should look something like this, and simply create the bot and copy this access to. And if you don't remember the steps, don't worry, Telegram bot token retrieval steps will be given by itself. Now I've added the token And if I enter, it is now asking me to set up my skills. If you want, you can set your skills. I will require a few of them, so I'm going to set them, but it's of no use because ClawdBot uses Homebrew to install these skills. And right now we are using a Linux platform, so they won't be installed anyways. So I'm going to skip this. And for the hooks, which are basically the automated action which agent performs, I'm going to use the command logger hook, and that's about it. Now, finally, you have the option to hatch your bot in the terminal itself, which will do this. And the bot will reply in the terminal. You can access it, talk with it, whatever you want to do. So I sent this text right here, and let's see if it replies. And here's the reply, which is perfect. And now to actually test out our Telegram bot, we would have to approve our user. And let me show you exactly how to do that. To start your chat, first off, go to your bots and click on your bot. Once you find your bot, simply click on this start button right here, and it will give you this message, which is that you don't have access, but it will give you a command in the last line, which you have to copy from your message, and you can paste it in a new terminal or SSH in browser. So if you do that like this, it will approve your user in the Telegram channel. There we go. So I've shot another message, and let's see the reply. Here we have our bot up and running. Now, this is the real deal. What actually can this bot do? So first things first is to personalize your ClawdBot. So it has asked me to guide its behavior, boundaries, and general vibe. So you can set that according to yourself. Let me do that and come back to the use cases. Now, all the personalization has been done, and it has been added to the SoulMD as well as Bootstrap MD, which tracks the principles of the ClawdBot. Now, on to our first use case. The most highlighted feature of this agent is that it can access your files and its remarkable ability to summarize and document things. So we are going to test that out, and first of all, I'm going to ask it to create a detailed report file on one of the applications that I'm trying to launch. So here I've added the requirement, which is to create a product report and the detail of the application that I'm creating. Now, there we go. I've sent this message. Let's wait for its response. Okay, so what we have here is a comprehensive product report of the application that we described. Now, I want this to be converted into Markdown format and saved in my virtual machine. So I've sent this text. So if we go back to our SSH in browser and run this command called ls, it will list all the files in our directory. So let's see if we have that. Actually, it doesn't work because we are not in the working directory, and I have missed what our working directory was in my previous SSH, and I've already closed it. So what I'm going to do is set up my remote desktop and check out our folder structure. Okay, so I've set up my virtual connection, and this is what it looks like. Right now I found my file as well, and here it is. It has the documentation and it's perfectly working. So that was the first use case. And yes, I use the remote connection so that I can access the virtual machine like it's a real local device. Now, the next use case that I'm going to be talking about is really useful for anyone who's like me, who always forgets things. Now, you can use your Claw Pro bot to set any kind of reminders or notification or even automations which run at a certain time or after a certain interval. So all I have to do is ask it to remind me of something or do certain tasks. So for now, I'm going to show you how it reminds by giving a quick example. Like, I'm setting the time to 5 minutes because I want to show it in this video. But if you want, you can use any amount of time or any complexity of your tasks. Like, let's say if you have a live website, we can use our OpenClaw to work as a ping/status bot, which will check the status code of our website every 5 minutes or 10 minutes and message on Telegram or keep a log of whether or not our website is up and running. Now, the use cases are literally endless. We can only highlight the features, but it's up to you how you use those features. While we are waiting for it to send us a response, we can move on to the next use case, which is the OpenClaw's access to native shell. Let's say you're away from your computer and your server feels like it's not really working properly. So I can literally text OpenClaw from my mobile application. Like right now, I've set it up on Telegram, so I can use Telegram mobile application and simply send in a message like this. I'm about to send the text from my mobile application, and here it is. And check this out. It gives your storage as well as your CPU details, which is not usual for your normal basic AIs because they don't have the kind of access that ClawdBot has of your device and your system. Also, I got my reminder just in time to send the email. Now, those were a few use cases highlighting the features of our ClawdBot, which were documentation, summarization of content, generating new files, accessing files, system data, as well as running background processes, sending us reminders, and automating processes. Well, the use case might have seemed simple, but they were beginner friendly, and you can literally test out and play around with these features and other additional features as well to make ClawBot your personal assistant and a true AI companion. Also, drop a comment if you want to know how I set up the remote virtual device, and I'll see you in the next one.